Hi, welcome to Central News for Tuesday the 11th of October. I'm Katrina McKinley. In today's news, driver inattention appears to have been the cause of a crash at the intersection of State Highway 2 and State Highway 25 in Waitakaruru last night, which has left a young child in hospital fighting for her life. Waikato Road Policing Manager Inspector Leo Tuman says it appears the crash happened when the 41-year-old male driver of a Mazda saloon turned right into a turning bay and stopped, and then a few seconds later unexpectedly turned left directly in front of an oncoming truck. News of the crash comes at a time when the Waikato Road toll is the highest in the country at 41 compared to 35 for the same period last year. These days, with social media sites like Twitter and Facebook, communication is just a button click away, but it is not just about socialising. Businesses are also capitalising on the digital age. Directors of social media company 880, Adam Smith and Daniel Yarrington, say social media can be a very important tool for businesses.
It's definitely very important. Social media is a great way to generate new business. It allows businesses to create, I suppose, trust in a community environment online. Through that kind of engagement and interaction that the brand can have with people online, I suppose that generates that trust, and if people trust the product, then they're going to share that with their friends, and that's that kind of viral aspect of social media, which makes it important for businesses.
Amanda Harper has the full interview tomorrow night. New Zealand has been branded with a string of horrific child abuse cases in recent years, but charitable trust Child Matters is dedicated to preventing child abuse and keeping children safe. Chief Executive Anthea Simcox says there is a number of signs you can look for in children who may be being abused.
The most significant sign that people can look for is in a child's behaviour. And the adults who were abused as children will say to us, my behaviour was the key. So if there is a change in a child's behaviour, that is a very significant sign. So a child who perhaps is dry at night, who's potty trained, suddenly starts to bed wet, you have to ask what is going on in that child's life. And it may be something quite normal. It may be that there's a new baby in the house, and that baby and the little one is following and copying the baby. It may be that their dog has died or Nana's got very sick, but it's got to be checked out. So changes in a child's behaviour, if a child's been very withdrawn and becomes very aggressive, or vice versa. So anything like that, a child who suddenly doesn't want to go somewhere where they've already been very happy to go in the past, should be looked at. But we must not overlook the fact that there may be a quite innocent, and very often there is a very innocent and plausible explanation.
The full interview is tomorrow night right here on Central News. Bethlehem College has been the centre of attention recently after it was discovered the school has been charging parents an allegedly illegal bond of $500 for almost a decade. Board of Trustees member Rob Thode says it was not right of the school to be charging the bond, and it is concerning they have been collecting interest on the money.
Well, parents were never given the option as to whether or not the interest was donated. They were simply told that that was what was going to happen to it.
Tune in next Friday to hear the full story. Time to check out the region's weather. The Waikato was the region to be in today, with mostly sunny weather beating back the clouds. Tomorrow Hamilton is heading for a high of 19 and a low of 12, with periods of rain and northeasterlies turning into westerlies later in the day. Tauranga will have a high of 17 and a low of 13, with patches of heavy rain. Coming up after the break, Chef Siobhan Fitzgerald tells us how men are challenging traditional roles and staking their claim in the kitchen. Tracy Harford from Cambridge Parents Centre talks about the baby bonanza, and Year 11 student Kana Watterson tells me about his creative fundraising efforts. And of course, for the latest updates of the grounded ship Rena, check out sunlive.co.nz. Otherwise, join me after the break to hear from our guests.